The crazy mother truckers who send in their replays, like this gentlefolk up here in the top left in the red, representing a Wellesley. Wait, no, representing a fucking whip arm, because apparently this Terran likes slavery. These are indentured SCVs. It's a Wellesley. All right, nothing like a classic land-owning indentured servant having technically not slavery, but basically is mother trucker. Yeah, great. Down here in the bottom right, up against them, the freedom fighter for human rights, and, of course, possessing a strong SCV union, making sure they have cigarette breaks and all sorts of mental health, cover, health insurance, and, you know, just general support system in place so they don't work each other to death, and it's not a society that's just there to serve the rich upper class. Down in the bottom right, in the blue, it's lone creation. Of course, guys, this is the base race ICYFAR, where people send in replays where they had some fucking crazy base races. We've had some good games so far. Hopefully we get some more fantastic ones. If someone would be a baller and activate the ICYFAR command in chat, that's right, the challenge for next week is Captain Dickhead, where you need to harass with workers as much as possible. So, could just be one worker that you micro an inordinate amount to be as annoying as possible. Could be hatch blocking someone's expansion, building an engineering bay, pylon blocking, walling them in with pylons, and then just going home. Whatever the fuck you want. Just try to be a dickhead and really channel the essence of pissing your opponent off. Because that's what Captain Dickhead is all about. The whole point is get your opponent at some point in the game to say, at least in their head, if not in text, fuck off, pig. Or whoever it is that's microing the worker, you're a dickhead, get out of my base, you fucking worker. Captain Dickhead's running around going, ree. Of course, we did actually have a bit of fan art of Captain Dickhead a while ago. I accidentally showed it on stream once and almost got banned from Twitch. You guys can fill in the blanks. Yes, it was a drone with a gigantic cock on its head. It was, yeah, okay, I mean, I said you'd fill in the blanks and then I just told you anyway. What can I say, guys? I'm not one for subtlety. When it comes to humor, I am the mix of a 12-year-old boy and a 8-year-old boy. Yeah, there's really just no maturity. I just like farts, dick jokes, poo jokes, you know. The real refined level. Speaking of refinement, look at this pro skills. Oh my god, lone creation is like, fuck you and your slavery. Lands the Reaper grenade and sends this fucking aristocratic motherfucking Reaper servant over here back to his side of the map. A. Wellesley, building a tech lab on that factory, has got the expansion down a little bit faster, but both players are going to be expanding. And a nice early Cyclone out for lone creation as well. Going to be doing well with that one. Thanks for hanging out, Unique. What's up? They could also throw their shit as a last effort. Okay, we were having a discussion about kilts before, guys. Apparently, the Scottish dudes in battle in the old days would wear kilts so that in the middle of a melee sword battle, they could take a shit while fighting without having to drop trowel. So I like it. Not a bad idea, but might get a bit slippery underfoot. That's the one thing I'm worried about. Not sure on the historical accuracy, but as in all things, I always believe Twitch chat. And you know what? What the fuck? You're meant to be fighting for freedom. Lone Creation's one of those freedom fighters who's like, no, we're fighting for freedom by murdering everyone. We're gonna kill the servants. We're gonna kill the slaves. What the fuck? The siege tank comes out, is like, get off my property. The SCVs are like, oh, you know, we are people. The tank's like, mate, I'm gonna point my gun at you. What did you just say? They're like, no, we exist to serve, me lord. The siege tank captain smoking his big fuck off cigar is like, yeah, you better remember that. I'm gonna just point me turret at your mineral line just to make sure you don't forget, you little shits. The SCVs are quaking in their boots. They're like, man, being an indentured servant is not a lot of fun. We really should rebel at some point in this game. Meanwhile, Lone Creation's like, let's send across a Cyclone drop. Nice. That's a good way to try and, you know, mess with the landowners. Start raiding them, pillaging a little bit. Cyclone's a good unit for that, very mobile. And there's a Tech Lab starport coming down here, as well as a very fast third command center. Lone Creation here. This is actually looking like a pretty high-level game, guys. Yeah. Yeah, we haven't had too many high-level ICYFAR games lately. The play from both sides looks really clean. This is actually very nice. We got more tanks on the way as well, but the Cyclone drop hits. There's nothing at home. Hey, Wellesley is like, nah, I'm not going to protect me slaves at all. Well, get fucked. They're all going to die. Once again, Lone Creation leaves the rich people alive and is like, no, I'm just going to kill all of their servants that we're trying to free. We're going to free them into the afterlife. Good on you, Lone Creation. Way to fuck up a mineral line. Meanwhile, Wellesley's like, fucking piece of shit. Every time I move out of my base, TVT, fuck, fuck, fuck. Is already composing the Reddit thread in his head. Sieges up the tank and the Cyclones go, you can't shoot when we're right next to you, can you, dickhead? They fucking drop on top of his head. Wellesley's like, God fucking damn it. These upstart, human rights loving motherfuckers. It's going to come forward. Those Vikings shooting the command center. The tanks are sieging up. A nice little siege up location. Lone Creation's going to pull back. Has to keep that command center alive though. Back at home, these two Cyclones have killed the factory. There's nothing at home. Wellesley's base is so deep in Dicktown right now. Lone Creation playing a very nice game. Couple Vikings edging forwards. But that command center nowhere near orgasm just yet. It's not even 30% of the way there. Those Vikings need to learn some better techniques with their edging skills if they want to take that one down. The barracks goes down as well. None of this lifting up. Ah, fuck me. The starport's here. It's taking a ton of damage. That command center's floating down. There's a bit of mining going on here. But this Cyclone drop says, freedom! And they start murdering the defenseless workers. Nothing like a bit of communism inside your communism. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore, but I like it. Vikings coming forward. There's a lib as well. The Raven comes forward, cockblocks one siege tank, and the rest of the units are going to headbutt into the choke of death. The SCVs hang back. They're like, dude, we didn't sign up for this shit. We did not sign up for this shit. Oh my god, it's a fucking massacre. Oh, Lone Creation is one of these terrorists. They start out all for good. They're like, nah, it's for human rights and society and freedom. And it ends up just being 18 million deaths in the fucking gulag. Holy shit, Lone Creation. Stop it. Is this Stalingrad or some shit? It's like, hey, it's not one rifle for every 2 men. It's fucking one drill for every 3 SCVs. Finally, the reinforcements come back. The T-37s come in from the back line and they're going to clear up the fucking advance here from Wellesley. I guess we're going pretty far in our World War II memes right now, but oh my god, Lone Creation hangs on. It has just been way too far. Fuck, Tenchi's in chat. He's calling me out. I can't remember. What were the World War II tanks? I can't fucking remember. Shit. Correct me, Tenchi. What were the World War II ones? T-34s. Fuck. I was close. Almost there. Okay, so we got the command center going back down. We've got triple mules dropping. Lone Creation's got the moolah right now. But Wellesley's like, that's alright. I've got gold workers on gold minerals. Of course, mules don't actually mine gold minerals any faster than blue minerals, if I remember correctly, but who cares? It's a bit of fun. Wellesley's like, that's cool. I'm going to rebuild a command center here. We're going to build more servants. So they're basically, they're just going full breeding right now with these SCVs. They're like, you have a big drill. You have a big fucking building arm. You guys will make good SCV babies. They're pushing them together. They're like, but we don't love each other. And they're like, nah, breeding time, bitches. Meanwhile, Lone Creation's like, no, you can't treat people like that. You should let them choose their own mates and make babies of their own choice. I am going to murder all of you to free you from this eternal captivity. Meanwhile, the workers of Wellesley are like, hey, we kind of actually are starting to like these aristocratic fucking slave owners almost more than you, because you are the guys who keep murdering us en masse. Lone Creation's like, nah, we're the good guys. Don't worry. By the way, yeah, we just murder everybody, because if everybody's dead, it's the only way we can reset society. Some kind of twisted Fight Club logic. Like, we'll just blow everything up and then the shit will be good after that. And you're like, okay, Brad Pitt, I don't know how that works. And he's like, you just fucking will, man. Punch me in the fucking face. And you're like, I don't know if you've thought this one through. I feel like you're just high on adrenaline after a few fucking street fights and you're making some random shit up. And he's like, his name was Robert Paulson. And you're like, I don't even know what you're talking about. You're crazy. I can't believe you're in charge of a war. This makes no fucking sense. This is even worse than Stalin. You're a psychopath. Meanwhile, he's like, nah, man, we're building up our factories. We've moved them back over Siberia. And we're just gonna fucking make some more production over there. It's gonna be fucking fantastic. SCVs and mules are on the way. This random base over here is still going. Looks like the SCVs are starting to breed quite well. You can see they're strong, born with good-sized metal shoulder pads, just the way every Blizzard art unit is bought, of course, or born. Born? Shoulder pads. Definitely one of the favorite things in StarCraft. If you don't have shoulders that are 6 times the size of your head, then you are not a Blizzard character. Something we've all come to learn over the years. A couple engineering bays going down. Lone Creation's like, you know what? We had a little bit of a almost base race. Let's just go back to a normal game now. They're both just kind of resetting here, trying to go into bio. Got a pack of Marines out for Wellesley. Getting up some defense this time for the servant class. Is like, we need to protect our investment from these fucking freedom fighters. Got to keep it going. Meanwhile, the tanks and Marines down here are doing all right. As always, for the people who are a little bit confused in chat, we do like to mix our memes a little bit while we do some ICYFAR casts. I'm not sure if we're talking about World War II, Fight Club, or just some random fucking slavery shit. But I think the long story cut short is this game is a fucking travesty mess. And that's the best sort of game, where both players dick each other so hard that at the end of it, 10 minutes in, they reset on identical workers, identical army supply, similar upgrades. Shit, this is exactly what you dream of, one of these games. And you know what? A drop goes across. Oh, is he going to spot the base? He's not going to spot the base. Oh, he still doesn't know about the fucking gold. Lone Creation goes straight across the map. He's just going to go for the main base. There's one single Marine. His job is to radio back home and tell them what's coming. Is he got his fucking binoculars on? Is he got them on? He's like, oh, I'll take yous all down. And he's not radioing. Oh, he's just shooting. He's not radioing. They're not coming up. Oh no, the tanks are sieged. But at the same time, a double drop on the other side. Wellesley's like, get fucked, you freedom-loving motherfuckers. We're gonna take you to Slavery Town. They're gonna stim in, they're gonna get wrecked. Actually, no, they're gonna redrop on that tank. Nice moves. At the same time, though, the main base of Wellesley's like, fuck that, I ain't defending this shit. I know what happens when I stim up a ramp into siege tanks. And no, I'm not a fan of the taste of cock in, of, or around me mouth, except when I want to on weekends. I did not choose to go to Dicktown right now, and so I will not head there. These Marines for Lone Creation go a little bit deep, but they do pull back. Wellesley very careful to stay out of siege tank range. Oh no, a big shot to the face, and yeah, ends up looking a little bit like a nasty adult video. All those Marines just covered in blood and gore. It's kind of disgusting. Marines, tanks trying to build, but they're dying as they pop over here. Who's got stim? Both sides have stim. Baloo, Mr. Lone Creation Freedom Fighter, has the combat shields. They've actually got the better equipment, of course, because they care about the safety of their soldiers. Meanwhile, Wellesley is just like, nah, we're going to swap roles at this point. We're just going to, like, not even have good equipment. We're just going to, you know, we're going to just kind of throw shit at you. And, okay, good hot pickup. The medevac actually cares there to evacuate. The drilly boys running away, trying to actually preserve themselves for once, not being forced into the front line. Wellesley is thinking about trying to flank those tanks. He's going to go for it. Nope. Runs away. These Marines are like, get back here, you dickhead. More tank shots landing on the Marines. Wellesley's having to rebuild the entire production. A random siege tank rocks up and is like, get fucked, mate. Down here, the drop comes in, kills a few more SCVs, boosts out of there. Is it going to make it out? Is it going to make it out? Yes, it gets over the terrain. And the Marines cannot catch it. Back at home, that random siege tank. Look at him. He's just doing wheelies in the fucking mineral line. He's like, look at me. Look at me. No, I'm a fucking daredevil. Hey, look, I'm gonna fucking drive right past him. They didn't even stop me. Ha ha. That siege tank has just smoked way too much of the devil's lettuce today. And don't get me wrong, guys. I don't think the devil's lettuce should be illegal, but you probably shouldn't be operating heavy machinery when you've just smoked a shitload of it. That siege tank, though, what can I say? He didn't learn his lesson. He feels all right. He somehow just fucking wheelied his way through the mineral line and did all right. Wellesley once again goes for the drop on the tanks. Can't find it. Has to pull back. The gold base still mining, but it's almost out. We've got expansions building in all these other proxy locations. The tanks sieging this base. Oh no, the slaves into the front line once again. Oh no, the Marines are trying to get on top, but there's still 2 Marines stopping the drop on top. Wellesley just getting brutalized. And Lone Creation, the noble effort to free the indentured servants of the Red Terran, is going to free them. Now, it's not the freedom where you live at the end, it's the freedom of the grave, but it's, I guess, freedom nonetheless. I don't know, he's going to write the history books because he's going to fucking win this game, that's for sure. I guess he's going to be remembered as a hero. You know, it was 17 million casualties for the greater good. Good on your Lone Creation. I like it, you know? Oh, even comes in with another double drop, is like, let's get fucked. It's the battle for Berlin here. Who's going to get their feet on the ground first? And Lone Creation fucking overwhelms Fucks that shit up. Beautiful play by Lone Creation. Well done. GG, well played. That was a bit of an interesting game, to be sure. Bit of an interesting game. I can't believe that one kind of actually reset there for a little while. But the Doom drop in the main, the 2 tanks, 16 Marines, always one of the most brutal drops if that gets sieged up there. And if you guys want an actual history lesson, talk to Tenchi in chat. He will talk your ear off about World War II technology for the next hour and a half because we've just given him a history boner. That's right, Tenchi. Don't be ashamed. Show it to all. Explain the builds that they used to do. He's like, yeah, man, Germany just went for a 3 Wehrmacht 2 Panzer push. But then, even though it looked like Russia lost their 4th base and their 3rd, they pulled back their production, re-landed it, rebuilt it, and then they came out with a 6-factory mech swap. I mean, yeah, they had to use unupgraded Marines to buy time, but once they got that mech swap out, it was pretty good, Tenchi. I agree. Thank you very much for hanging out, guys. I hope you've enjoyed today's show. Don't forget to send in your replays of next week's challenge. Captain Dickhead, do as much worker harass as you possibly can. Hope you've enjoyed the show where StarCraft gets a little bit fucking weird. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye and good night.